Sonic. Knuckles.
Nah, Bayless is Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. Are you good, bro?
What's the bad name?
Dr. Eggman?
I always thought he was the Hedgehog.
I swear to God, I did.
No.
I never read it, Sonic the Hedgehog.
DeAndre Swift in the backfield, they got some real skill, but Caleb Williams shouldn't have to be the guy as a rookie to determine how far this team goes.
Welcome on in, Chicago Bears fans. We have a video for you all to really go into depth on a few things. First things first, I want to talk about the backup quarterback position and how important it is. Most of everyone that's really in tune with the NFL, if you're a casual, I guess you wouldn't, but a lot of people understand and know the name Jake Browning for a reason. Backup quarterback that can take the place of a star quarterback and still make a lot of great things happen. I have a Bears buddy pretty much told me straight out, like, if Caleb Williams isn't playing, he's not watching. And this guy, he's been a Bears fan my entire life. This is a friend, not a coworker. I know this guy. And he's, the Bears. He's in tune with it. And he just told me straight out, Caleb's not playing. I'm not going to watch. I said, okay, man, cool. How do you feel about you not knowing anything about your backup quarterback situation? It's very, very important. It's crucial. If you have a certain game in week 8, Caleb goes down with the ankle sprain in the third quarter, and you're down 6, you're down 3, you're up 14, you need a viable quarterback to come into the game and finish it off. And guess what? You got the bye week coming up in week 9. Caleb gets nice and healthy, and you guys are on your way to securing that division. And so it just frustrates me that people that love their team, quote unquote, love their team, will not see, any second or third string starters play in these games. I've also been seeing some things. Look, and I don't know how I really want to go about this. Brett Rippon had a great game, a really awesome game. I don't feel comfortable saying he's quarterback 2 all of a sudden. I don't feel comfortable at all. Tyson Bagent is a player that, real fans of football, we had a blessing opportunity to interview him when he was going through his draft process. You learn a lot about the kid. He's really awesome. I would actually advise all you to go look at that interview. But the one beautiful thing about him is that, A, he's a teammate. He's a guy that's a ride or die type of dude. That's something that he explained in the interview with us. And that's something that when you see his hilarious reaction of Caleb Williams, announcing his signing bonus, of him having that freaking, seizure type episode ordeal. And then he also mentions in the pre-game huddle that football starts right now. The season starts right now. He's talking as if he is the starting quarterback of the team. Tyson Bagent has a crazy confidence. And of course, he didn't play a lot. But I've just been seeing some things on Twitter that I'm not super happy about. Just saying Brett Rippon is QB2 or should be QB2 or should be ahead of Tyson Bagent, when Tyson Bagent went through so much last year of, Justin Fields, going back and forth with him. He wanted to start. Tyson's a competitor. First off and foremost, he's a competitor. So it doesn't matter if it's Justin Fields, if it's Caleb Williams, he's going to compete. And so I just think from a mental standpoint, he really, really delivered, especially in those games where he surprised a lot of us and ended up coming out with a W. And so I would say this foremost, I want everyone to kind of calm down on Brett Rippon. We've seen Brett Rippon play in games before, and it did not look as clean and as awesome as that. And so I would just say, guys, slow your roll. Second, Colin Johnson. I'm less of a slow your roll with this ordeal. Now, Brett Rippon was the one throwing him the ball. We get this. And Brett Rippon had a good game throwing Colin Johnson the ball. I just believe when we talk Colin Johnson, at least me, I'm not even going to say we, I'm going to say me, I'm going to say Miles. I graded him not as some crazy starter, not as some future Hall of Famer, of course, but this guy is going to be in a wide receiver room for a very long time, for a good amount of 6 to 7 years. Whether it be practice squad, whether it be him being a third option on an active roster, any between, that's what I believe. Then there are going to be some games where He's the Noah Brown. He is a guy who is probably the third or fourth receiver, but due to injury, he gets pushed into a position where he needs to perform, and he ends up having a great game. Or maybe he's the wide receiver 2 for a particular game because Keenan Allen goes out, and then he's able to perform at a very high level. Allen Johnson has a lot of great traits. He's not a burner, but he is able to very much go up and get the ball. He can contort his body in a great way. He has amazing box out abilities. He's a slender tight end, you know, the way I see him and how I really see him. You could even possibly even see if he's interested in that idea of putting on a little bit more weight and getting into a tight end role. It happens a lot more often than not, but at the end of the day, we were shown an ability that he can play. Colin Johnson can play in the NFL. It's just hopefully when he gets paired up with a player as talented as Caleb, it could be shown on a national stage for the entire world to see, right? So that's how I feel. And now this is the first Bears video that we have done in over a year, and mostly, and I'll be honest, let's go ahead and bite the bullet. It's because last year I am one of the few that loved Justin Fields coming out of Ohio State, but very quickly found out and realized that it wasn't going to work the way I wanted it to work. I wanted him to be successful with his arm, and very quickly I was shown that that wasn't going to be the case. But he is very, very effective with his legs, which is awesome, but it doesn't have longevity. I don't think you can really have crazy longevity if you're relying more on your legs than your arm. Now, I got a question for all of you, and we're going to be talking about this throughout the season for sure. I'll probably do another video next week just because I'm a huge Caleb Williams fan. I'm a diehard Sooner. And with that, I've seen Caleb in so many situations perform at a very high level, off the cuff playmaker ability, his mind thinking at a much higher frequency than more than likely his own coaching staff. He makes crazy plays, and it's awesome to see. Are you guys rooting for him to be successful or rooting against him in hopes that he proves you wrong? So I have a buddy, his name's Alex. He does not like Caleb Williams. He's not going to like that I'm saying this, but he does not like Caleb Williams in the fact that he would rather see Caleb Williams not perform at a high level and Justin Fields perform at that high level, that he would rather have Caleb Williams not look good in year one, look not as great. He sends a bunch of, videos of him not looking very good, and he's had a bad day at camp, and then he'll send something of Justin Fields at Steelers camp making a crazy pass touchdown or running the ball, doing something nice. Is this where you guys are at? Because if this is where you guys are at, it probably be good information for me to where I know how to bring up Caleb Williams, his pros and cons week by week. Caleb is going to have bad weeks. Caleb's going to have bad games. He had him in college against Kansas. Oklahoma versus Kansas, it was not a great game, but he still won it by taking the ball out of his own teammate's hand and getting the first down. It's crazy like that. That happens. He won the game. But what's the expectation for Caleb? Truly, I'm wondering, in year one, I already think he has a great chance to get Rookie of the Year unless it's Jaden Daniels or a great running back that does some crazy great things. Potentially a wide receiver can take it from him. But I've been talking to people that are not fans of Caleb Williams and are diehard fans of Justin Fields, and they're saying he's got to make playoffs in year one. This guy's got to make a run to win the division in year one. And I'm here to tell you all this. He can do it. He is gifted, more than gifted enough to do it. And we're going to get more into this later, but I see now why Ryan Poles didn't have the confidence, the true confidence to sell a house, sell the farm, to get DJ Moore, to get Keenan Allen, to get this defense right, to get all these picks. It makes sense because Justin Fields did not give Ryan Poles the confidence. He did not give Ryan Poles that relief of saying, if I do this for you, will you let me down? Justin Fields could not give him comfort in saying, yes, if you get these guys, I'll do it for you. Caleb does. Caleb gives Ryan Poles that confidence to go out and get his dudes because it's not cheap. DJ Moore just got crazy paid. Keenan Allen is in the building. He is not a cheap player to have. Hello. Now, at the end of the day, it's going to take Matt Eberflus, head coach. It's going to take the offensive line to stay together, to stay strong. It's going to take Caleb Williams to continue to be that playmaker that he's always been his whole entire life. And it's definitely going to take the newcomers, which is a bunch of them. This is a completely new roster. And the Lions better watch their backs. They better watch their backs. The Packers better watch their backs. The Vikings, I think you guys might get them this year. But I think this whole NFC North division definitely needs to have Bears, Caleb Williams marked on each and every one of their calendars, because it's going to be a game where the Bears might actually come out swinging so hard, so fast, so powerful that it's going to be too late. And let me tell you this right now, just because I'm excited for Caleb Williams, just as I'm like really talking about this video, making this video in real time, I'm so excited to talk about Caleb all year long. I might do a Bears video each week. I'll let you know. But at the end of the day, Caleb Williams has not done anything on the field that warrants him any hate. And I just think a lot of people hate him because of the person of who he is. And they want to see him fall. They want to see him crumble. And I hate that I'm getting, overly Gandhi, but that's just how I feel about the kid. So Bears fans, set the record straight. We're all in on Caleb. We want Justin Fields back. We didn't want either one of them. Let me know in the comments. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.